Day 64, 8,811 verses left. We're in the book of Hosea, who is a prophet during the reign of King Jeroboam II. Check out 2 Kings 14 on day 27. Jeroboam is causing Israel to worship idols instead of the actual God who saved them from slavery on day 5. And God wants to find a way to illustrate this unfaithfulness. How to do it? Maybe a game of cheat? He actually instructs a guy called Hosea to marry a prostitute and have babies with her. All these babies then get given really unfortunate names. Oh hey, let me just introduce my kids. I'm gonna kill you all. You suck. And what do you mean you're part of this family? The whole point is that God is devastated that the people that he loves and he rescued are trusting in idols rather than himself. And the adultery of Hosea's wife is just like the unfaithfulness of Israel towards God. Still, you might want to consider changing their names at some point to Jeff, Jess and Steve. Since she's become a prostitute, Hosea then pays his own wife to come back to him in chapter 3. I don't think he even gets a discount. And this is to symbolise God's promise to take back his own people because of his love and compassion for them, despite the fact that they've absolutely wrecked the relationship. You get loads of examples of this wrecking ball over the next 8 chapters. In chapter 4 there's prostitution and murder and even a destruction of the natural world. In chapter 5 he says that they'll look for him but they won't find him because of their idolatry, and in chapter 6 he says he doesn't want their pointless religious ceremonies, he wants them to be merciful. In chapter 7 he says he wants to restore them but they're all robbers and bandits and full of lust. It gets so bad that they don't even know how to make pancakes properly. Because of all of this, there's a warning at the end of chapter 9 that God will reject them. And in chapter 10, they're told that if they'd planted goodness, that they'd harvest love, but because they've planted wickedness, they're harvesting evil. Oh, that's where broccoli came from. Despite all this hopelessness, you get a little insight into how much pain God is experiencing as he compares them to a child who he loves that he'll never give up on. At the end of the book, God promises to rescue them from the grave, and it seems like death has lost its power. Despite everything, he tells them to return to him, and that when they do, they'll be healed and fruitful again. Tune in tomorrow for a seriously bad pest problem.